Alright, here's the video review for Maketoys Katana, their version of blades. You can see he's a red and white helicopter. He does have the helicopter blades, although they don't... In some cases they'll spin freely, but they're not like super... You can't just hit it and watch it spin. It's on a ball joint that plugs into here. But pretty neat, impressive blades, and the way it forms his sheath is pretty cool. A few issues with the blades, but we'll get to that in a little bit. He's kind of, this combiner port here kind of functions as the front wheel. He's got a couple small wheels back here, but outside of the little rotors, he's just a little helicopter. He does come with two guns like this. These will form part of a larger gun for the combiner, and you can actually, if you want, you can attach them on here to the side of the helicopter. It does push the rear end up a little bit, but if you want to have an arm, I guess if you flipped it over, maybe you attach it on like this and give him some, there we go, that fits. Some weapons here in helicopter mode that looks a little silly, but you can attach them there in vehicle mode. And we'll show you how those combine here in a minute. Now I'm going to do a quick vehicle mode comparison with the other members that are out right now, and we'll do the robot mode comparison at the end of High Med's review, just for the sake of time and a little ease of, so I'm not transforming them back and forth in every video. So there's Katana, Axel, Rover, and High Med. So here's the four that are out. So far, Vulcan is apparently, they just announced coming in May, and he will apparently come with a katana made out of a different plastic for blades, or for katana, because I guess there have been some issues of breaking in it, and I can see where that has happened, and I'll try not to do it on video, but I'll talk about that when we get to the transformation. But there's just a quick vehicle mode comparison between the four members that are out so far of Guardia. And like I said, once we get him transformed, we'll do a robot mode comparison with all these guys at the end of his review, just for the sake of ease. So once they're all in robot mode, that way I'm not swapping them back and forth. So to transform him, first thing right off the bat is pop the blades off of this ball joint here. Just pop it right out. You can see the blades are individual, and like when they're all like getting them back into the sheathed mode from the blades mode is actually pretty easy. Getting them out into the blades from the sheathed katana mode is a little difficult, because you can see the clips don't go all the way around. Like this second blade likes to pop off a lot because there's these little nibs here that kind of lock them into their helicopter mode positions, and getting them up and over that when you first start to transform it out of the katana sheath mode likes to make these pop off. They're not broken, there's no stress marks on it, it's just they're very thin, and you can see that clip, you can see on this one, it's kind of flat even with the surface, so it likes to pop off coming out of the sheath mode. But to get into the sheath mode, you just kind of rotate everything around. These two pieces right here will clip together. This piece will come around. Get the blade past that. Down, and see, that's what I'm talking about. There's no stress on the clip itself. I've checked it. It's not broken, but because it doesn't actually wrap around, you can see it's flat here. This post, they do like to pop off when being rotated around each other, especially when you get to those, once those little friction nibs here hit the next blade. It's a little frustrating. But so we'll go ahead and clip that back on there. And then kind of want to hold it in there and snap that together. Oh, see, now this one has come out. I was wondering why that nib wasn't lining up right. See, it just pops right off. There you go. Once you get those nibs together, though, they stay together pretty well. And this piece clips onto here. And then these pieces come around, and you can see they clip together up top and down here at the lower piece. And we actually want to, before you do that, flip the katana in to the center and clip the whole thing together. And then this can attach to his waist by the ball joint. And that's his sheath. Now to get the sword out, the sword, you can see here's the handle for the sword. You want to rotate this up a little bit get it out. Oh, okay. So I guess you can't really move it much because of those bars. But you want to make sure to kind of push from both sides of the blade and pop it out like that and then slide it up like that. Some people, I guess, have pushed, if you push too hard on either side of this, it's going to cause this to crack. And so that they are reissuing a blade. It will come with Vulcan when he releases, but they're releasing a stronger blade there. But yeah, and then to put it back in, you just you have to kind of slide it up from the bottom so the blade fits in there, and then clip it. And again, you want to make sure you're pushing on both sides of it firmly. Clip it back into the holster itself. Now on to the robot mode himself. Now you're going to unpeg these panels here that the arm's attached to. I'm trying to remember how we did all this. There we go. Get the arms loose. And the arms come out like this. And these panels flip up and around and tab into the front here. The legs themselves come out. Flip this panel up. Here's his feet. Flip those down. Untab these panels. This whole assembly should come up. I don't know why this isn't unpegging here. There we go. So unpeg this part. Yeah, there you go. Once that's all done, it's a whole lot easier. And then the legs come out. You can split them if you wish. They should come out. There we go. Come out and come up like this. Again, much like Combiner Wars figures, I'm seeing that a lot of that in these guys. So untab the legs. You can see there's the strut right here that's going to tab in. You can barely see it up there. There's a tab up here at the top that this piece kind of comes around and tabs onto right there. Flip that up. Close up the back of the leg there. And rotate it around here. Bring the feet up. I guess it's actually the front of the leg. And bring the feet up here. And then rotate the leg panels around like this. It'll peg on there just like that. And same on this side. Unpeg this, rotate it around, fold this panel up, and it'll peg onto the leg like that. So there he is. And then on the top part, bring this down, bring this panel down here and around, down and around. You want to get these, rotate these panels here all the way down and around like that. And flip this whole assembly here onto his back, at which point this panel can come down and then fold down behind that. These should stay pegged in here. And you can continue rotating. These need to come all the way down and around. I don't know why they're not doing so. Should I rotate them this way? No, maybe I had that right the first time. Hold on. I've done this several times now, and it just does not want to cooperate. Okay, so the hinges should be at the top. So the arm panels should sit like this. Oh, or the other way. There we go, like that. There we go. And the arms can rotate around on this hinge, but they tab in and lock right there. Rotate them so their elbows come forward and their hands slide out, or his hands, I guess. I keep saying they because due to the fact they both become arms, you're going to see that both Hi-Med and Katana share a lot of transformation cues. Obviously, one's an ambulance and one's a helicopter, but their basic transformations are very similar. And there he is in robot mode. As I said, this Katana piece can peg right here. He's got a little port on his waist that you can snap that into, and he can wear it on his side, on his hip. And it's on the ball joint, so you can pop the sword out and leave the whole sheath attached, which is kind of neat. He's got a ball joint head, some nice detail there. Ball joint shoulders, bicep swivel, dual hinged elbows both here and here. He does have a wrist swivel. We saw the waist swivel during transformation. You can see his combiner port here is on his back, and that ab crunch there forms the robot mode elbow for Guardia. I'm not going to do the limb modes because we didn't get the hands with these guys. They come with Guardia. Had we gotten the hands, I would have shown off the limb mode, but with no hands, it seems kind of silly. But yeah, then he's got ball joint hips, thigh swivel, hinge knees there. With the Katana attached, and the helicopter pieces, it's a little difficult. Then he's got ball joints at the ankles, so he's got some ankle tilt there, as well as front to back, as well as the hinges on the foot itself. Yeah, he's a neat-looking blades. I love the design cues. I love how he's got the emergency straps on his chest. I like the way I like the idea of the Katana. I think it's a really neat solution to the helicopter blades. I like that it forms both a sheath and a sword. I think the execution could have been a little better on that one, but all in all, some pretty neat ideas here, and I do like the figure in general. I'm looking forward to Vulcan coming out so I can combine them all into Guardia and have him fight Fans Project's Menosaur up on my shelf. But yeah. And again, you'll see some similar transformation similarities in Hi-Med's review because they have the same base transformation, which I think is kind of neat as well. And again, robot mode comparisons we'll do in the Hi-Med review just to get those out of the way. He comes with his instructions. Oh, I did mention the guns. He can hold his guns by this handle here in robot mode. And you can push that further through. I'm just kind of demonstrating here. But the way the guns combine is he comes with two of these. I think Rover came with these two guns. One of these came with Axel, and one of these came with Hi-Med. And basically how it works is you take these like this, and then you take these guns upside down, this way. It goes this way. And you tap them in here. You can see this post goes up into this groove like that, and then the corresponding gun on the other side goes in like this, and it starts to form the pistol for Guardia, the rifle for Guardia. You'll get two of them because you'll have the other guns as well, and then there's a piece that goes on the end of these that comes with Vulcan. So he'll have a couple of big rifles in combined mode as well. So yeah, there is Katana from Maketoys. Another fine addition to this set. I can't wait to have it all done. But there is Katana.